See what kind of price action we can get today. Let's go back a little bit, these higher time frames. So like we spoke about yesterday, we continue to attack buy side. Right, we're not trying to call tops here in this market at the moment. We actually never got back into that. Okay. So yeah, we never actually I'm gonna go to that 4 hour because that played out perfectly. All right, so this played out just as we were expecting here. We spoke earlier how this fair value gap here we would look for that to offer support because it's also the new week opening gap. All right, so those levels are interlapping with one another, which is why we understood price could probably reach down into that. And then let me move this quick. Right, price could probably reach down into this 4 hour, reject, and attack buy side. And that's what we see here. We really liked how no fair value gap closed, or no candle closed below this fair value gap here. So that was nice to see. As of now, I'll probably keep looking for the half standard deviation, right? This buy side here. So just continuing for buy side targets, honestly. I like that. There we go. At the moment, I'm actually liking this one a lot. So 930's just hit. Let's go to that 1 minute quick and see what we have. We have a low here, and we actually paired this with that, like that. So we probably could have tried to buy there, to be honest. Liquidity picked up. We do have a high here. Yeah, we'll see what this does. I like this little area. If we break right through it, that would be on the 15. Getting underneath. So this low here. If we're going to reach for something. There's that sell side. So now we're in a precarious situation. Right, we've just picked up sell side, but what did we do while forming or while getting to that sell side? Breaker here. Aligned with previous day high. And the 830 open as well. So yeah, that's interesting. Highs. Maybe we want to come back into this range, actually. I want to see if we leave a fair value gap here. Yeah, with Powell speaking this afternoon, that's kind of what I'm expecting as well. Is that we might just hang around and chop a little bit until we get to that actual event. Which is why I'm thinking we may actually come back into... We'll just try a morning trade-off rep here. Inside the fair value gap, if we can get up there. 4403, 4406. I was like, we could take one here, but that's a little big stop. Breaker there. Inversion here. Yeah, we'll try that. Just see what we get this morning, if we want to get back up in there. attacking opposing liquidity here, maybe. Right, so we have sell side here now. That'll get us right at 5. I was gonna add one here right on the volume imbalance, but then the stop would have had to been quite large in my opinion, all the way up here. So this is one I'll kind of just have to follow. Because it's a 2-minute as well. So hopefully this 2-minute can kind of stay above the sell side and we get a retracement. If the 2-minute fair value gap forms, I'll actually use that as the priority. And I'll probably just use this low here as an entry point. Another volume imbalance though. So we should just watch that actually. We may just deliver straight into the sell side here. Right, watch the volume imbalance entry. If we are bearish, honestly, I think this fair value gap will probably hold us now. Which means this will be a breakaway gap. We'll hold here at the volume imbalance. We'll deliver into sell side. We just created equal lows here. So now we have equal lows. Short-term sell side below higher time frame sell side. Volume imbalance will probably hold us. Take us down into those. Yep, okay. Still think we're going lower. We did hold. Notice how we wick and hold this sell side. I'd watch this. Well, let me go to a 2-minute quick. Yeah, so that's the 2-minute. So I'd still look for there. Because on the 1-minute we hit it, right? But now on the 2-minute, it's still open. So I'd watch that 2-minute now. I mean, we could try something kind of crazy. Where, let's see. That's a little ambitious. Let's just tape read this here though. Right, kind of see if order flow is this bearish. To where if we want to leave a breakaway gap here, obviously we're not going to return into it. So this is the premium we'll use. So we could look at it like this. If we use that volume imbalance, stop right above the candle that creates it, expecting breakaway gap here as we deliver into a sell side objective. Oh my goodness. That's pretty. Yeah, there we go. So we've just taken out that sell side. Okay. All one-sided this morning. Right, this right here gave it away for us. If we're gonna go right underneath this original setup at 8:30, underneath the fair value gap, we close underneath all of that in one swift motion. So from there, we would just look for those continued run on sell side. Now, however, we may want to give us a little bounce. I'm interested to see how this 15 closes, because if we keep pushing, it's going to be rather bearish, actually. Right, we'll have a breaker forming here. And we may want to come back all the way into this damn range. But that's kind of what we're expecting, right? This is the daily fair value gap still. So we're still hitting that level. Cleared buy side, we're back underneath that buy side. Volume imbalance. Oh, we should have tried. We could try a trade here. Let's see. If we're bearish, right, we're going to keep aiming for lows. Bang. Bang. If we want to get animated and go back for midnight, that might be an option there. Missed my opportunity though. Should have added there. If we can leave that open, we'll try that. Because now we'll be creating that fair value gap as we're breaking the sell side. And what's this, right? That's that fractalized breaker. We close right there. Back into this little down close candle. We'll use that exactly right there. Another volume imbalance. We should have used that. We're just going to run. We're going to continue to run and run. I didn't even catch that one. See if we can't get a wick. We'll use this right here exactly. Above that. into the midnight. We might come all the way back down to that opening. Okay, we've hit the low perfectly. See if we can't bounce quick. Give us one retracement. Nope, nope, nope. So we're just attacking these targets. We're gonna move. Was there a 2 minute? I mean, there's still a 2 minute there. With how we're delivering though, we'll probably just use this now as resistance. This old low, since we closed under it, not even come back up here. Hit the low, hit the midnight. Getting those vibes right now. Whoa, whoa. Because what we really have here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. 3 drives going back into, what's the 5? What's the 2? 1, 2. Yeah, we've cleared the first and the second. Looking at this here, from this low formed right at the new day opening gap. 1, 2, third leg. We've cleared the first. Haven't cleared the second. We may come back for that third, to be honest. If we get under the midnight, we'll probably use it as resistance to get into that. So like here, we should have tried to use this volume imbalance now, to be honest. Because if we're very bearish, we're not even going to return up into the higher ones at all. Check this here. Probably will hold, take us into this sell side. And now our target will be this low. Boom. Look at that too. Those are equal lows there. That seems to be the mission this morning. All right. Yeah, we are hefty. Okay, at this point, up close candle. New swing high has been created. Oh my goodness. Didn't close under this, so a little risky here. Actually got in before I would have liked to. We'll see if we can hold it though. Because if we're going to continue to deliver like this, we'd like to see if we can't get into this low here. We may run into an issue where, since this is the daily low so far, right? This was formed in London. Say we just want to hold this range for a while. This is where we talk about the lowest discounts holding us. So like if we went to a 5, right, we do have this fair value gap that we're within. Like these. Now we have closed underneath its consequent encroachment, okay? 5 minute chart is closed under the 5 minute consequent encroachment barely, but we actually hit the sell side. So at this point, right, if we get stopped here, just low ambitious. We're seeing if this volume imbalance can't hold. I still really like this here. This would be more of the ideal entry point. If we can get up here, because now, right, this will be kind of that breaker formation. Obviously, there's up close candles in here, but on a higher time frame, it'll be a little better. Did we open with, oh, we did get that volume imbalance. So what we're going to do here is close one. If we get something where we can obviously re-add, we'll just do that. Right, leaving the fair value gap with the volume imbalance, not ideal. If we can reject, get underneath, we'll look to add again somewhere. But I really like this one here. I almost want to move the stop and re-add. How far is that? 3 handles. Let's say we had to stop here. Then we could go short here. We'll try that. Oh, okay. We'll just take it here. Was going to move the stop, but we'll actually try another short right here. This is the one we were actually looking for price to return into this fair value gap. If we blast up and through, Then we could actually probably start aiming for efficiencies up here. Inefficiencies. So now we can try to go for that opening. So yeah, I favor this one. We'll see if this one can hold us. Right, as I said, if we get taken out here offsides, then we may have to start kind of returning to, let's see what this is here on a higher time frame. Wick. Five-minute fair value gap right here. Would want to see this get overtaken. This volume imbalance that's right here. Right, because it's created as we leave the fair value gap. So if we can get underneath that, that should be ideal. Or else it's going to offer us support and attack our high. Ooh, yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that delivery. Close under that. All right, we closed under it, but notice we opened with that volume imbalance right inside of it. So we open now with the bullish. We want that bullish to be negated for this to hold us, take us lower. Let us partial out at 5, which would be just under this low. So basically the fair value gap low. $43.96. All right, 5 handle partial here. We can get there. Would want to see us get back underneath fair value gap, consequent encroachment as well. Once again, bullish volume imbalance. Don't like that. Need to overtake it. We overtook this one, holding the inversion volume imbalance. Need to see us just continue to push. Sell side here. Playing at this old low, don't like that. Original sell side. Finding support there again. We left a Bearish fair value gap right here, if you guys can see that, paired with our volume imbalance. Ideally, we don't even come back up here though. We just run straight into our partial. So we've cleared this low. We don't want to see a snapback rejection. We want to see expansion. Bam. Break even. Now we look for that expansion into these lows here. Which we should get into fairly easily. At that point, we'll have to reassess and see where we want to go. The midnight level is, it should be here. What the? No, I'm confused. Oh my gosh. Well, this is the midnight level here, okay? I don't know what happened to my indicator. I was going to try to actually short the midnight level here quick. Because you see this aggressive move closes right under it. And what does this candle return to? Midnight perfectly. We'll hold it though. And then I'll mess with this later. I'm already partialed out. Stop and profit. Two-minute fair value gap. At this point, we'll go like this here. So risk-free trade, secured profits. We have this fair value gap I'm looking at. We're not going to add. We're just going to follow. This fair value gap paired with the old low, we would want to see reject price to send us lower into our sell side target. Here. 5-handle partial. Don't need to see that. Best case scenario, we overtake this. I don't like that there's no downward wick there. Potential expansion. And then we gap into that. So yeah, we might start reversing here. But we've already secured a lot, so we're good. Nice, okay. That'll be good there. But now this is our worry. We need to get right through that. Showing no signs of wanting to hold it. And we do just that. We hold it exactly. We do not want to see that. If we're bearish, this needs to be overtaken through these lows. I'm almost tempted to move our final take profit here, which is just a handle. Right, so we still, yeah, we'll do that. We won't be too greedy. One handle. If we can run out this low, we'll clear. Obviously, this is kind of the equal lows. So if we run that out, we should be able to get into here. Right, that's kind of the last thing we would want to see. That's worst case scenario, actually. Holding this one while holding that and now getting back above this. Yep, that's what we're aiming for. But just like we spoke about, right? If we're going to hold the range, we're not surprised we'll get into rejection here. Let's go back to that original chart. Notice that the last discount here held us right before the external range. So that's kind of what we would expect if we're going to hold the range. Like that. And now look at what we're doing here. So this is really all that we would want to see. But yeah, look how this 15-minute volume imbalance is the 1-minute volume imbalance. And that's why we said we did not like seeing that there at all. Flirted with the stop. We got one chance to kind of reject from here since we've gone through the high. If we get stopped, oh well. chance. Cool. So there we go. Stopped in profit there. Secured partials, stop in profit. Made back the tiny loser. Positive on the day. If we can get this high, this kind of might be interesting. Let's see what we have here. We've closed above the 2, 1. Equilibrium is that volume imbalance. But we would need to get in at 99, which we probably won't get that. If that volume or fair value gap gets left open, we'll try that here. So we'll go back up with it now. We did leave it, okay. We have equal highs here, which is why I'm thinking that we'll give one more stab up before we actually reverse. So we're gonna go under this fair value gap. Try to get back above into this one here. All right, using this inversion as the entry, paired with the 1 minute, like this. And I prefer this one holds because it's the negated bearish volume imbalance, no downward wick, turning into bullish fair value gap. Right, we may want to get back in there, but that's why the stop's allowing that. But ideally, we actually just hold this one, because that's the inversion here. On a 2 minute sense, right, we do have the 2 minute, which is why we're kind of letting the stop be underneath that. Because in reality, there's a 2 minute inversion here. Right, we'll allow this one to be traded into. Lower than that, we'll give it a little break, see what we want to do. Because now we'll have created equal highs and we have gotten through a discount, so we may want to attack these lows, but I'm gonna move this for now. Really looking at this as the primary kind of discount I'm using. Worst case scenario here. We can just go 5 handles. What's that? 99, 44.04. The fact that we made this swing low right here actually makes me think we'll want to run that low out before we did accelerate higher, if that was the plan. So I'm gonna go like this. 2 handle stop, we'll give it a little more room. 3 handle stop, large. If we run this low out, I'll actually try to pick up one more. Same stop. Hell yeah. Cool. So we'd want to see price close above this fair value gap here. Okay. That would be best. Closing above that gives us a chance to use it as support, which if we closed above it, that became the breakaway like we were expecting, which is nice to see. New discount here. Fair value gap here. So in reality, I wouldn't even want to see, right? We're going to take this one off. We're going to go under consequent encroachment there. Look for that expansion into our 5 handles, which would align with this high here. Bleep. And what we'll do, since we like this inefficiency, we're going to go like this. One there, sell one here. Like that. We're now watching, notice how this equal high is a volume imbalance. So we'd want to see now the inversion paired with the volume imbalance hold us, right, and send us higher. Soup entry. Where at? Oh, here? Yeah, I was going to try to turtle soup this low here, if we could. But we didn't get back into it, so no turtle there. Back to our targets. Right, we're hitting a 5-minute fair value gap. That's what's kind of giving us hesitation here. We kind of want to see price dig into the 5-minute a little bit. Which we should be able to because what's that level? That's beautiful. Partial. Bam, brother. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I was like, what just happened? All right. Huh. Random reaction there at the high. So far, honestly, pretty clean delivery. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to tell me in my energy. Where from what? Hey, what? What? Now we going back down, so let's take it back down. Yeah, we going back down. I don't know what that is, but oh, we got back underneath that. Let's go short. Wait for a fair value gap to form here. Take it short ski. All right, look at all the discounts now aligning. Bang. Here. Here. Now we're going to come for this. We're returning back into the fair value gap. Now we may actually come for the sell side. We came back up into, and we actually hit the consequent encroachment as well. Nice. Let's see what we get here. If we were to use this, that's rather large. How far? I still want sell side. I still want sell side. I still want sell side. We should hold here, come back into the fair value gap. Attack sell side. We're going high to low here today, swinging. Didn't catch this one though. That'd have been nice to go from swing high to swing low to swing high. Didn't catch this swing low either. Pissed. Not good enough. Never be content. Hun, you're taking my car this morning? That was the plan? Bae? Yeah, I guess you want to take it. And then I don't know if it's gonna be nice. Would you put my golf clubs in your car?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be cold.
I mean, high of like 42 today.
Ah. I'm gonna have to wait then. This looks sunny as well.
I mean, it is gonna be sunny.
Yeah.
High 45.
Definitely fine.
High of 45.
Oh. High 45. No, yeah, we could add the. Because if it's sunny, I'll hit up the range. Get around it maybe. After I take her. Oh, damn, we're not muted. They said hi. They heard you. That's funny. Hello, fellas. My fault. Let's see what we get, though. She said hi back, Brisket. How kind of you. Damn, we hit the volume balance, but I want that. I want up here. Because at midnight, I mean, those lows are too clean. Right, so now that we've kind of came back up to fill up this inefficiency here. Damn, we ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna give us a chance. We could try a baby scalp if we close under that. Like here. Oh, that'd be crazy though. We could watch this one. So we did close under that. You want to try that? We could try that. Something like this. Super tight here. I mean, that's a 1 to 2. It's just... that is comedy. Nah, that's disrespectful. Well, we tried it. We were too slow. Whipped it low. But nah, we're hitting that. Yep, we missed it. That's alright though. We're content. That's gonna hit this and go right into that sell side. The classic, hit the close, bounce off the sell side, equal lows, hit the close one more time, then run through the low. That's how we'll be doing it. Alright, we hit it again, gave it a little wick, now we run through that low. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Okay. Much random. Really run through the low. Okay. Well, mistrade there. Couldn't get it back down. But I mean, that's perfect. I mean, come on. Hello. swing low, swing high to clear the swing low through the new day opening gap. Cool, cool, cool. We'll move this for now then. Well, now we are interesting here because with how aggressive we closed underneath that, we may want to continue to run. We're at a new low of day right now. Shadow channeling dad, he says. Hey, that's where I learned it. I'm telling you, once you learn this, it's pretty fun. I never thought I'd be able to do what I could do. The candles themselves tell so much. Right, and I really didn't understand that until I spent hours watching them over and over and over. Because, right, what are we returning into here? Look to your left. Bang! Oh my goodness. Bet you didn't think that, did you? Breaker block. Right there. At a low of it. Right, high to a low to a high, high. Restart. High to the low to the higher high. And this candle closes underneath the low. So now this is a breaker. Volume imbalance, digs a little bit higher, but what's it digging into? The breaker perfectly. So now from here, what we would want to, right, if we're going to run lower, 2 minute, we could probably still get up into that breaker, to be honest. Sell side might hold us, but like if we leave a 2 minute fair value gap here, aligned with the breaker right here, and the sell side pull, I'd look for that. So really, this fair value gap right here is the one I'd be looking to use. Like that. Wouldn't want to see much higher than that if we're bearish. Stammy. Hey, welcome, Carrie. Nice to have you. Hopefully, hopefully you can learn something. Hopefully you find it valuable. And Q clears a low, high, low. I have already. Nice. I'm glad. That's all I want to do. Help people out. Show them this stuff is not random. Just take some time to understand. And Q's under its midnight though. So at this point, that midnight might hold us, which will give us another run lower. Right? Using the old, remember, old lows will act as resistance if we're bearish. So although we wanted to see the higher fair value gap, we could hold from this one. We'd like to see this for an entry if we were trying to enter. But right, as far as just following order flow, this here makes total sense, especially because if you notice, we've now closed, or we've hit, not the high, but we've gotten above consequent encroachment. And this candle's closed back underneath the fair value gap. So we'd watch and see if that fair value gap low now is sensitive and will catapult us lower into this low here. And then honestly, let's go to like a 15. Volume imbalance. There's no inefficiency here. This is our 4-hour fair value gap. I want to revisit that. Oh, we already have. Okay. 1 hour. I'm gonna go low here. You out, my love? Love you, babe. You got my keys? Okay. And then I'll have to get Zeke, I think, today, but I'll see.
Miss Shadow. That's hilarious.
That's you. You too. I'll let you know about that meeting, yeah, with Brock. I bet. So this actually is ideal here, right? We created equal lows. This is the 1 hour fair value gap low. So we have sell side here. And now we're coming back up, right? So we can run this high. I'd like to actually run this high, get into that breaker, hold from this fair value gap. I made back my losses. Hey, hell yeah, there we go. We take those. MacBook, no sir. I got a gaming PC. Nice little gaming PC. Quit it. Thank you so much, there. All smart, okay. Thank you, love. Do I need to unlock your door? Do you have your keys? Unlock it. Awesome. All right, have a good day. Gosh, someone's back and forth this morning. My fault, fellas. I'd be leaving you. I have to leave again. No, I'm not. Oh, wait, I already answered that question. No MacBook. I am not an Apple person. Get that away from me. Android all day. Android all day. We could short this, to be honest. Should we try it? Let's try it. We'll go here, above the breaker, into our sell side. We tap the breaker low. I want to see it dig into that a little bit. So we're trying to get it off the consequent encroachment here, this fair value gap. Price dipped into 30 fair value gaps. What? 30-minute. That makes sense. I said, what? Yeah, it's also the 1 hour, right? That's what we were looking at. 30-minute, 1 hour, same thing. This fair value gap here. But yeah, we'll look for the retracement into that. So maybe play here, but then run this high. Consequent encroachment. Break underneath, tap it, break the low that we form, and then get into sell side. Damn. Well, the breaker low holds exactly, so miss it by a handle. I mean, if we can hold this low here, we'll leave this because we can kind of engineer liquidity, still run these equal highs now. So, but if we obviously run into our target, we'll have to cancel that out. The fact that we're closing back underneath this though makes me think that we're gonna want to use that to now take us lower. So we end up holding the 1 minute. We really could have used that new day opening gap, if I'm being honest. If we were smart about it. That's all right. Can't catch every move. Can't catch them all, Ash Ketchum style. There's our sell side. If we hold this low, I'd still let this rock, to be honest. Ba-da-ba-ba, boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-ba. Fair value gap there. We watch that now. Why am I so cold, brother? It's freaking freezing. Yeah, we might want to hold this one. Get us into that low. Candle body holding. Turtle soup entry. Yeah, you could try that if you get these highs here. Right, it would just be a fair value gap entry as well. So turtle soup, fair value gap, breaker. Still all there. We've never actually hit the breaker. I mean, we hit it perfectly, you know what I mean? But if we want to dig up into it, we could do that. We'd see if we can get above this first though. Two-minute was, yeah. I mean, it's really the same thing, right? The breaker's same on the 1 minute and the 2 minute right there. Same low. So it really hit our same area we were looking for. You can see how that fair value gap aligns with that nicely. 2 minute would have been cool on the fair value gap. But honestly, this was more relying on the breaker. I wanted to see the breaker be hit. Instead, we hold at the volume imbalance. Here. So we could, I guess, use that. What would that have been in the sell side? That would have been 5. Heartbreak. So above this, We go here. I want that low though, honestly, still. Yeah, we'll leave this here. Unless this low, if that 1 hour gets hit, then we'll take it away. But we could still get there. Gonna move this one. Consequent encroachment holding. High of the fair value gap's been hit and repriced into. So if, theoretically, if we get a down close candle to close now underneath this 1 minute, there's a good chance that we actually don't come back up here. And instead we run for this low again. So let's wait and see what happens there. Which we could try maybe a crazy scalp. Let's see. One handle. We'll play that. Let's play it. We're gonna go one contract though. Super tight. Less than right there. Going here. That'll give us a 1 to 2. Ah. Look at that. Look at it just sit. I love seeing that. Just says, oh, hello, 1 hour fair value gap. I don't want to be here. Bloop. All right. All right. We'll give it up. Fine. Go ahead. Get there. Yeah. Oh my goodness, once again. I'll bet. All right, Brisky. Have a good day, my dog. We will see you next week. Next Tuesday will be the next one. No, but we need. I'm interested to see actually if we would have left this here. Because we've made equal lows and we didn't actually hit that consequent encroachment. We instead hit the one. I mean, look at how we hit that 1 hour. Right? That's perfect delivery there. Twice. Bink, bink. Into a premium. See if you would want to take those lows out. As we said, this fair value gap is balanced here. So if we still have lower targets, this fair value gap should not be violated. Do it. Do it. Get in there. Oh, yeah. We like that. Tap and go. Bump and run. boy, if you don't take out that low. All right, look, if this stays open, that low's done. Ah, could still run for it though. Hidden volume imbalance, right? Not as strong, but still. We don't want to see this be used as support. We can come back in here again. Because this is balanced, we can tap it a few times and still take this low out. But we want to see it overtake that hidden volume imbalance. Take out the lows, hit our consequent encroachment. I'd like a nice tap of that. That'd be perfect. Like we did here. Just a little boop, kiss of it. Bang. Yeah, just like we said, just a little touch of it, right? Just a little kiss and the wick away. Yeah, we love price. All right, well, that one would have worked if we would have kept it, but it's fine. Right, and we understand the logic behind it. This fair value gap is balanced. We have targets lower. We have equal low liquidity. No need to return above the high. So yeah. Beauty. Why no order in? Here, you could have put an order in here. That's fine. Just, I mean, it was too close to our target. You know what I mean? So like we could have done something like this here for sure. Into our target, but 3 handles. I like to aim for 5, you know what I mean? So we could have still got 5, that's cool, but I was really wanting this here. And sometimes you just miss, that's fine. I'm refining. When I refine for obviously tighter stops, better entries, sometimes they don't get hit, or they get hit too perfectly. We've seen that plenty of times. We hit that to the tick, not 1 tick higher. So we don't, no entry there. But it's all good, it's all good. Now let's see how we close here on this consequent encroachment. Under it, we could actually probably short that into, let me see where we are on a higher time frame actually. Nah. I'm content with enough here this morning. So we get into our target. Nice. And notice this one back up here, right? What's it hitting? Well, it's hitting this, but look real closely, right? And this is how precise you can be. What is right there? Right, if you missed it. Oh, look at that. Wick does the damage, higher premium. Body tells the story, lower premium holds body. Same exact thing now that takes place here. We wick into the high, we close underneath. This candle hits the fair value gap low. This candle wicks into the high, we close underneath. This candle hits the fair value gap low. What? All right, you see how this stuff just repeats over and over. Now watch here. Bloop. Maybe setting up potential reversal. Was that the CE? Nope, this is a 4-hour fair value gap. Right here. The 1 hour, this right here. Right, we've already got through the low of that. So this is the 4 hour that we're using. Higher time frame. Now we do need to be careful here, because if we want to see higher prices continue, one, 2, that's kind of an ugly 3 drives. 3 drives nonetheless, kind of an uglier one, because right, we like to see the lows. So ideally it would have been like 1, 2, a higher low, and then the third. Whereas with this one, right, we see it's 1, 2, but then we run this low and then create the third. So a little different, more of a like a broadening formation. But we need to be careful of this wick right here now. So if we break consequent encroachment of this wick, its low is going to be in danger. And we might actually give a deeper retracement now back into this 4 hour right here. Especially because right, this is a half standard deviation from the opening. That's interesting. So that's the consequent encroachment. Yeah, look at how we hold there. And now we're getting, I think we're bearish still. Watch the 4-hour consequent encroachment. Back down into something like that. What's over here? Swing low. Okay. Yeah, tape read that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back, fellas. We back, we back. Okay, okay. Oh, nothing there. Kind of just consolidating now inside the 4 hour. Might do that for a little bit. I'll move the 1 hour. Yeah, consolidation, expansion, short-term high, breaker. We've actually hit the low of the 30-minute perfectly as well. So if I can pull that up, we'll go to a 30. 30-minute fair value gap low. Check that. Bink. Absolute precision. But now, kind of like we did here when we hit the 1 hour, right? We make those equal lows. We have equal lows here. If we get back above this high though, these lows probably won't be taken until lunch. I still like this, if I'm being honest. I still would not give up on this entry right here. Yeah, I like that. Right, because now that's consequent encroachment, like the 5 minute, we could clear this high, reject the 5 still. But because we have so much price action here, this is kind of where I would need to see just one type of confirmation. Right, so it could be, we can come into this, right, reject, create some type of inversion we could use. It could be a YouTube model. It could be as simple as repricing into the high and then closing underneath and then using it again to go lower. So any of those concepts really works. We actually are holding the 4 hour fair value gap pretty perfectly. Monday's daily high as well. That's interesting, interesting, interesting. So we may actually want to go higher here. Up into our short target maybe, something like that. Use the 4 hour fair value gap high. Looking for the down close candle to hold us. To now send us into opposing liquidity and an inefficiency. hard. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. Oh, nice. Look at that. Holding the low so far. We'll see if we want to take that out or not. If we can get above the high, that'd be nice. That's ideal. Volume and balance. Yeah, we do have equal lows, but we could get into those. Have to remember though, right? Just because we have equal lows, that doesn't mean price always has to go into them. That's kind of more of a retail way of thinking, to where just because something's there, right, it has to occur. Whereas we go based more off order flow. So if order flow is aligning and narrative makes sense for these lows to be taken, then yeah, we look for that. But as of now, it seems like we want to go higher, right? As we're saying, we've tried a few times, we can't do it. We've broken it back to 4-hour fair value gap. So for me, I wouldn't look for these lows to be taken until we got here. Especially if we got above this. Right, this looks more like we're leaving that for a later opportunity. Knock it off. Stop. Okay, yeah, so we get above that, all right, we would look for that to be support now into this one. And nice, that ended up holding up pretty well. That's what that play we were looking at. Down close candle will hold price. We get close to it, but notice that we never take out the wick of it. Now we'll see if we can't hold the inversion. and get up into this inefficiency here. Oh yeah, we like seeing that for sure. Cause right, we use this as resistance. How many times? Multiple. So if we're gonna now break it, it's gonna be for a reason in my mind, right? We're more likely than not, we're more likely than not gonna want to use this just as the support. And then once we get in here, then we could potentially come back down for the lows. That's right. Yeah, from that fair value gap. Well, if we're going to use the inversion, it makes sense. What's the 2 minute looking like? And we actually have a 2 minute fair value gap, so I'd try to get consequent encroachment of it into this fair value gap here. Like that's a 1 to 2 right there. So you'd attempt to buy right there with the stop underneath the mean threshold of this down close candle. That's what you'd been tapped in. Like we said, we would have been, this is kind of what I would look for. Because that 2 minute here. So it's under the 2, so it should be safe if the 2 minutes going to hold us. Under the inversion, under mean threshold of the down close OB. So really now, if we were to close back above this fair value gap, I wouldn't expect this low to be targeted. So we do get above it. Okay. So at this point, right, this is kind of when I would expect price to start running if it wants to get up here. Or if we keep playing around this, we might just consolidate for a little bit. Whereas if we actually want to reach for this low here should not be violated. So we should now just use the high of the fair value gap, start expanding through this high, get above the new day opening gap, get through this high, and right into this inefficiency here. Look at that. Market's just listening this morning. Beautiful. Beautiful. So our original entry here would have worked out. All right, that one plays. Opportunity to stack a position also plays. So we've hit the inefficiency. Right, as we said, this one you'd have to kind of wait for a little bit more. Like if you want like a 1 to 2, you're gonna have to get at least into consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, which we could do. Especially because we got over that new day opening gap now. Yeah. Previous day low. But as I'm saying, I think this here still can send us lower. So one thing to look for, we'll probably wrap it up here, right? I'm content, but these equal lows now I would like to see hit. But to confirm that, right, this low here needs to get broken now. So ideally we don't want it broken as we deliver into our target. But since we've hit that now, All right, let me get it right perfectly. Now we would look for this low to be broken here. And if that low can be broken, that sets the stage for lower delivery. Really, as we were looking for. All right, so we hold there. We clear out the equal highs. We hit the inefficiency. Still holding this. So if we continue to hold this, right, obviously, we can go higher. This low here is just kind of that flip point for me. So if we can get under that, then we could start looking for shorts again. If not, then we would need to get some type of rejection up here. Right, you see how a lot of people say they were trying to target these lows like you mentioned. Right, and that's kind of a common misconception, which is okay. It makes sense to think that. But oftentimes these lows aren't going to be targeted until we've met an opposing target, right? So we create and engineer liquidity and then reverse into inefficiencies. Those liquidity points get left for another day, right? For another time. Like once we close back above this volume imbalance here, we had no chance of getting out to those equal lows, right? And that's why I share the entry here on the 4 hour with the stop underneath this candle, because it's the volume imbalance, right? And you actually see this candle taps that perfectly. But now we've hit consequent encroachment here. So this is where we can start kind of seeing if a potential setup will form. So we left a fair value gap here, right? So now this is what we can use to gauge order flow. If we close under this, I'd look for lows. If we just keep pushing though, right, we can continue to push into all of this in here. We're like a higher time frame and show, right? We have this. So we don't have anything on the 15. The 5-minute fair value gap highs here. Above that is obviously this high. If consequent encroachment of this gives way, then we'll probably actually come back into this range. We're hitting equilibrium right now, actually. So I was gonna see, we can get into equilibrium, but actually, look at that. We're at it right now. Ooh, closed right on it. Opened on it too. Closed on the fair value gap. Open on the equilibrium. Seeing if we can get above it or not. What we want to do there. Bouncing off the midnight open right now. All right, that's what we're hitting here. This is the midnight level. Show you that there. This line right here. Midnight. So if we can get back above that, actually, we'd probably look for higher prices. If we can continue to hold it though, especially closing above that. So we may actually want to run higher a little bit into deeper retracements, deeper inefficiencies. Yep, there was that run up. Right, volume imbalance here. Original inefficiency up here that was untouched. We just tapped that volume imbalance, negated. Bearish volume imbalance overtaken. Get back above this. Closing back above midnight. We may want to come back into this actually. Let me clear. A lot going on here. Clear these highs. Clear this 1 minute. I think we may come back into this. Right, this swing high. So we have buy side resting here. And we have a fair value gap right here. Is there any reason I've gotten long and at the close of the first bar? Wait. Close above. Are you saying this fair value gap here? Which one exactly? Or this one? This one here. No, you could have. Right, that'd have been a good one to use. Just didn't give us an opportunity to come back into it. Right, so we close above it, but we actually don't get a return into it as an inversion level. Instead, we just keep pushing up and through. But yeah, that'd have been valid to use, especially because we were closing above the midnight level at the same time. Right, we close above this, we get above midnight, and that's really why we don't even use it. I was actually trying to do the same thing here. So I had a long set because I was going to try to use that. And we fell one tick short, so I didn't get involved in that one. Which is unfortunate. So now, honestly, what's this? Because if we're not, it looks like we're not even returning it to inefficiencies, right? Which means that we may just want to use this one. Especially if we close above this. Mm-hmm. 11:10 though, so for us, right, we'll be content with the morning. I actually still like the idea of right before we head out. If we come back into this one, we could still hold there. Because it's a 2-minute as well. So that would be, if we're going to return into any discount before running out buy side, I like the idea of coming into this one here. And then delivering into the buy side the inefficiency. Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up today. I'm going to kind of show what we did. We'll start it off quickly off sides with the shorts. Or the longs, excuse me. But then we got the shorts from the fair value gap. So we short the fair value gap into the sell side, partial out at the low, stop and profit. We then flip it to go long. So then we capture longs up into the swing high. Pretty. And then from there, right, we just followed this on the way down. So we called out some other points here. Volume imbalance, fair value gap as we continue to deliver lower. But that was really all we had. And now we're hesitating here. So ideally, I mean, if I want to see price come back into here, we kind of hesitate here a little bit, dip lower into it, and then take off. But if not, we'll just run straight into that buy side. Clear some up real quick, because if we go to like a higher time frame now, right, like I said yesterday in our recap, we're not necessarily, I'm behind some of this. We're not thinking that runs on lows are going to be met by continued lower prices. Higher time frame understanding, still bullish. We're looking for higher prices. And as we said, any run lower is simply to run out stops, right? We're picking up stops, hitting discounts, reversing. So now, really, we did the same thing here on Tuesday, right? We engineer all these lows, we run them out, we reverse. We engineer all these lows, we run them out, we reverse. Now we'll just look for highs to continue to be met. Yeah, if there's no, he said ascending trend line. Reversal guaranteed. I mean, no, not really. Right, as we say, we don't use the patterns just for pattern's sake. Market narrative will always outweigh the patterns themselves. So like I'm guessing you mean this here. This could stay here for a while. And this is where retail works, right? Because sure, it looks like a trend line, but what? We're using discounts, inversion, fair value gap here, inversion, fair value gap here. And let's say that we did hold this line. We would actually look for that fair value gap to hold. We don't use trend lines in the slightest. Right, we don't necessarily, just because they're there doesn't mean they get taken out either, right? So it's not guaranteed in either direction. You don't want to get yourself caught into just because you see something, you think it has to happen. That's where you get, right, caught off sides. That's where you start forcing buys and forcing trades. Oh, yeah. I just moved my stop loss. All right, so look, let's say I got long. Let's say I got long here using this inversion, right? So we closed above it. We're going to use it as an inversion to go higher. My original stop would probably be 2.5 handles like this, or we'll go 2. So if my target was, say, 5 handles here, like this, right? I can't partial, but what I do is once new structure gets put in place, we move the stop, right? So we would have entered here. We form this swing low, and then we break it. I'm going to move this actually. Right, so say we enter right on the fair value gap. When this low gets created, and then we break structure at this high, stop loss would get moved here. Right, so we just continue to do that. And then at this high, when we create this swing low and that high gets broken here, stop loss gets moved here. And now as we close above this fair value gap, that should act as a discount now because it's inversion. Stop gets moved here. Right, so we just continue to move that stop as we deliver into our target. Right, so it would have started here, and then it would have been under this, and then it would have been under this, and then eventually, right, it would have been break even. And as I say, once we close above this, then we even go in profit to where the stop's up here now. Right, so we're in profit and we can just watch it continue. I mean, it's filling buy orders. Buy orders as in, I mean, yeah. And notice, right, we, once again, fair value gap. We're not returning into deep discounts. So this newest fair value gap here holds us. If we close above this now, right, same thing. We would look for this low to hold, this new inversion to be used, and see if price didn't want to continue to accelerate. We'd have to close above it first, though. So we do close above it, just barely, with the volume imbalance as well. See if we couldn't get into that buy side here. Hanging out a little longer than usual, but I want to see if we can get up there. Chance, a chance, a chance, a chance. I never even told him, please. Yeah, we'll look for that. Let's see if we go. it's only 4.5. Do that high. It'll be 5. Yeah, we'll see if that can't hold there. This inversion with the volume imbalance. The 5 minute has it. That's interesting. Even though this is a 1 minute, I'd like to see the 5 minute actually close above that. Because then we may get that reversal pattern here. Right, if we take out this low now, get back underneath the inversion. Kind of holding this swing point. May come back into some of these discounts here. Especially because there's a 5 minute fair value gap right there. See if that fair value gap wants to continue to hold it. Because we can kind of just consolidate too, right? Bounce. But ideally, if this was going to be an inversion, you wouldn't want to see the candle close back underneath it. Which it does there. Right, so we do close back underneath. We did open with the volume imbalance, so we'll give this one candle a chance to see what happens. But if we stay underneath it, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Because more than likely we might just consolidate around here for a bit. Need to see this candle aggressively get back above. Because if we start using it as resistance now, right into this low, we can come back into this. $10.55. Oh, nice money. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that buy side would be ideal here, right? If we can get up there. But it's a little past our kind of trading window. Tend to kind of consolidate into lunch. So I think we will wrap it up here. Right, if you're still trading this, obviously I still like buy side as well. Right, I would look for higher prices. We do need this 2 minute here is kind of the lowest I'd want to see price reverse into. If we need to kind of pick up stops or return into an inefficiency, this is the one I would want to hold here. Right, because it's this 1 minute, pass through with another 1 minute, pass through with another 1 minute. So in theory, this should be balanced for us. So if price was to dig into that, right, we should see it expand. Yeah, if you went short at 10, that'd be nice short. Aside from that, I don't really know what other YouTube model you're referencing. 5 minute? I mean, yeah, high cleared, broken, fair value gap into sell side. Oh, yeah, hitting a little boring section of price, so we'll be good with this for today. As I say, if we can get into here, I like that, right? And looking for something to form in here. That'll give you an opportunity to just go higher. Whoa, brother. Whoa. Jeez, I don't know what that is. But right in here, we'd look for that. If we revisit the inefficiency, can hit the low, even consequent encroachment, give a setup, close back above. Honestly, we might not even get there though. This fair value gap still wants to hold us. See if we overtake that. Like, pretty bullish here, so as we often say, if price doesn't even want to go into a deeper discount, highest discounts will hold us, which is this one. So far, so good. But if we do get under that, I'd be interested in this one. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, Pal Talks once again. And if we kind of look, all right, let's go to the hourly. So just like yesterday, even though we're moving, we're not really going anywhere. Like sure, like if we go to a 1 minute, you'll see price fluctuations up, down, up, down, up. But in a macro sense, higher time frame sense, like if I go to a daily candle right here, right, we're still in this tiny range right here. Slowly pushing higher, however, right? I still want buy side, so that's why we're looking for that. But you see that the large range led to the small range, and we would expect this week to be a small range the whole time. Unless Friday, right, we kind of expand right up and through the highs that we're looking for. Yeah, we'll wrap up that for the morning. I think it'll be, oh, okay, Matt. Yeah, that might work there. Best of luck, brother. Yeah, that could work. Where you're into that. Especially because we still have equal lows here. If we want to get all the way back down here, but as of now, right? We're hitting the consolidation phase. So we consolidate, we've expanded. We're consolidating again. He said Power Hour live stream. What's today? Pal speaking. We'll see what Pal does. Potentially. Personally, right, I don't even like to trade at all when Pal's talking. So I might just take the rest of the day off. Hey, no problem, Carrie. I'm glad you find it helpful. ICT was sporadic. Yeah, that's fair. He's definitely not for everybody, right? Obviously, I've learned everything from him. But yeah, he can get a little off the rails at times. Sidetracked, we'll say. Whereas I try to keep it more simple and just, right, we just talk about price. That's all we really use. The open, the high, the low, and the close. That's all we're really using. And the indicator every now and then. Right, like where are we at as far as... Yeah, because we've actually created an outside range. Oh, no, we haven't. We've cleared the high only. Cool. All right, everybody. Like your live sessions. Nice. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. There we go. Doing something right then. But yeah, I appreciate you all sitting in this morning. Thank you all for sitting in for the week. Hopefully you found it helpful. Pretty good week overall for us. Let's see what today ended up being. And also about another 1%. A little under 1%, but we take it. Just with 2 trades. Right, slowly but steadily. In total, 3% for the week. Can never complain about that. Let me check the calendar quick. See what we got next week in the lineup. No high impact news Monday. Ooh, CPI on Tuesday. That'll be nice. Okay. So we got CPI, then we got PPI Wednesday, then we got jobless Thursday. So next week might be pretty aggressive, which is why this week is small range. Right, like if we kind of look at a 1 week, don't really look at the 1 week too often, but let's look at a 1 week candle. Right, this was last week, huge. So if we expect prices fractal, right? We always expect prices fractal. If we were looking at this on a 1 minute chart here, what would we be expecting? Well, we would see that we just cleared these lows. Whoa. Okay. Fuck it. We'll fix it later. Let's go like this. Bang. Okay, right. So we've cleared these lows. So boom, we think, all right, we just clear a short-term low. Right, we have this high resting above an inefficiency. So we're like, okay, we have buy side here we can get into. And on a 1 minute, we'd be waiting for a fair value gap to form right here, right? Which means that this week we'll need to stay small range like this. And then next week we can probably dip into it, right? So then we dip into the weekly fair value gap, and then we expand through the highs. And that's what I would be looking for. Because we are highs, cleared that 1, 2. Three drives lower as well. 1, 2, third drive. Clear that one. Use it as support. Clear that one. That's ambitious, obviously, because then we'll be getting into pretty high highs, but that's kind of what we're liking to see. So yeah, we'll be back next week on Tuesday at, wait, what time was it again? CPI is at 6:30. I actually like or watch CPI, so we'll have an early stream on Tuesday, right? And what we do usually for CPI is we watch the morning opening. We take some time off and then we come back for power hour. So that'll kind of be the plan. We'll have 2 streams on Tuesday, 1 Wednesday, 1 Thursday. So yeah, everybody, we will see you Tuesday morning, bright and early, 8:25 Eastern. I'll be sure to throw that in the announcements just so you guys can see it. And then I'll get the recording uploaded here soon. Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. Take care, be safe. If you're trading tomorrow, be safe. Don't be too crazy. We have high impact news at 10. So if you're trading tomorrow morning, I'd try to wait until after that high impact news. But do y'all. Nice. Wait. Sorry. I lied. I just want to see if we get through this fair value gap. Damn, see, that's how price be getting me. If we get through this fair value gap here, like this. Bring everything back. Okay. Nah, I don't care. Okay, it's whatever. If we get through this, lower, right? Your ideas of short will be better. If we hold from here, like I'm expecting it to, then we should go for this high. But with that, the final goodbye. I'd be like Michael with that shit. 18 goodbyes later. Have a good day, everybody. We will speak Tuesday morning. Have a good weekend. Be safe. I think I'll have another actually market recap Sunday. Right, so as always, you don't need to be there for it. It'll be recorded. But if you're someone that wants to just ask a little question or something like that, right, get more clarification during that market recap, then you're free to hop in with that. I'll send an announcement, but it'll probably be the same time, around 2 Eastern, maybe 1 Eastern, a little earlier before the games start, so we can watch the games. But yeah, keep an eye on the announcements tab, and I'll let you guys know about that. So until we speak again, take care and be safe, everybody.